Hey guys, Spiritual Wondrous here. Coming to you in this one to have some more real talk and to be vulnerable, raw, authentic, 100% me, no holds bar. That's what I'm all about, and that's what we're here for, right? No more wearing masks. We're real, authentic, owning who we are, our story, and our voice and our purpose here. So, in saying that, I feel like I am going to fill you in a little bit more on my story. So many people know me from Facebook. I've been on there for a long time, but the past, very, very active the past 4 years since I have actively been the bullying, hate campaign, secret society after me has been happening. And so I've been very vocal on my platform there, which is under my real name and not just Spiritual Wondrous, although you can go to Spiritual Wondrous and see my name connected to it. Obviously, you'll see me. So, but having said that, through that, I am naturally more of a writer. So writing is very natural to me. I'm even writing a book on everything that I've been through in my awakening process and the secret society targeting I've endured by a spiritual community. And anyhow, writing is more natural to me, but I'm turning a leaf and I'm starting to get more comfortable coming forward publicly with my voice and talking here in front of you guys and going about it that way. So, having said that, I am here to kind of just be really genuine and authentic with the devastation my life has been met with because of being targeted by people in a secret society. And guys, it's so intense, like verbally going off the top of my head, like free flow dialogue, like what I'm doing now here with you guys. It's nearly impossible to truly get every detail in the accurate timeline to you guys. Like, that's why I'm writing a book, right? It'll be much more accurate, true to the timeline of events that unfolded, that eventually me becoming aware of, that people in my life were connected to a secret society, government affiliated program, and then I am being targeted by them. And I would come to find out that the community that I once looked up to as far as spiritual influencers, tarot readers, healers, stuff like that online, would actually be affiliated with the secret society unbeknownst to their public. And for whatever reason, I still don't fully grasp or comprehend, I became a target of theirs, and I was absolutely demolished in the public eye. I was demolished to a point, and I was targeted and persecuted to the point it was a hate crime, a legit hate crime. I've talked about this in other videos, and you can go watch my other videos regarding that subject. There's going to be many more to come. You know, it's created the person I am today, and a strong advocate against bullying and targeting and ostracizing a person, especially somebody you don't know. But there's, rumors going around. Like, guys, if I even told you how many people came against me when I started to finally turn a leaf and better my life. Like, so people were so in my life, so used to me being rock bottom and down and out, that when I started to just flip that script, all hell broke loose, and they made it their mission to keep me down. And it's been an unbelievable, unreal, surreal battle since then. And one that I'm fortunate I've survived, because there was a time when, I really didn't want to survive it. That I really did contemplate just, what did I have to live for anymore? Like, my family, I don't have any family, guys. my mother and sister would be part of the Eastern Star organization, affiliated with the church here in Las Vegas. That is a church by day, but at nighttime, part of a secret society and practicing the dark arts, basically, witchcraft. I've talked about it in previous videos. I'm going to talk about it in future ones. I just don't know how much to an extent in this one, of my own family targeting me with legit dark arts, Santeria, voodoo, witchcraft type stuff. But I've also had to deal, going back to my family, there's that twisted part of it. But I also have my dad. And my dad has been really, just hates me. And I never had anybody to protect me or guide me. And I've always had somebody to put me down and belittle me and make sure that I know my place in the world, which is codependent and stupid and worthless and nobody loves me and not good enough and yada, yada, yada. It goes on and on. He is even willing to set me up in scenarios and then flip a script and make me look like the villain, and that the setup, that he was innocent in a setup, and paint me in a very bad light that could actually get me in a lot of trouble. I sometimes wonder, he is military, right? I wonder if he is connected to the Freemason part of it. I don't know, and I can't go there. But I can go there with my sibling and my mother, because that's actual conversations I've had with them where they first started joining this church and they started talking about how they're part of a church, and my mom would disappear on full moons, like having sleepovers. My mom, 60-some years old, having sleepovers, never done it in her life, but every full moon became a thing with her. I eventually found some of her witchcraft supplies with evidence of me being, stuff being placed on me, cursed on me, whatever you want to call it. There's that aspect of my history, my trauma. My dad, also my worst enemy, hates me. Like, my family, when I say hates me, hates me. My family has done everything in their life to really put me in tough, horrible positions and enjoying the fact that I'm there. So they can point the finger and be like, look, I told you. I don't have any family in my life that has my back. I don't have friends. My friends that I had in my life, guys, literally, did me so dirty that I'm kind of afraid to open that door again. Like, I've found in my life that the girlfriends are so genuine girlfriends that aren't intimidated, and not even with looks, right? Because there's many beautiful women out there way that triumph me. That's not what this is about. I think it's about authenticity. Many just don't know themselves to the extent that I know myself, and I'm authentic, I'm okay with myself. Granted, which is only because, guys, there was a time when I didn't know who I was. I hated myself. I had to mimic other people just to get by in this world because I really didn't genuinely know who I am. Like, I've done the work. I've got over a decade of really hard, ugly, internal work. And I know who I am and what I bring to the table. And I know, no matter what people say about me, I know my truth and my essence so deeply, nothing can faze me. That's how deep I dug on an internal level to discover who I am and all of that. I don't know if it's that aspect of me that kind of just really intimidates others, so they just don't, they're not for it. I don't know. My light irritates demons. It's not necessarily from an outside perspective. It's more of an energetic thing that happens that us chosen ones know about, that we go through, right? I don't have friends. All my friends have literally betrayed and just absolutely gone out of their way to really hurt and destroy me, that are also part of this secret society of influencers and tarot readers. And like, romantic partners, the romantic partners sent my way have been handlers from a secret society targeting me. whether it's for my sexual essence, to just keep eyes on me, to report back to headquarters. I don't know how this whole thing works. I'm not part of these Freemason secret societies. I do know they exist, and I have enough proof as far as I'm concerned, and it's not just in my head, that this is really, I have handlers being sent in my life that belong to secret societies. They even admit it. I just hand them enough rope over time, and they admit it. What I'm getting at, I don't have anybody in my corner or my life. I have a million people trying to tear me down, block me, gatekeep me, hurt me, destroy me. I don't have one in my corner to help me through life and any trials and tribulations or support or anything like that. I don't have support. And I'm not here to like, oh, poor pity me and victim mentality. I'm just being authentic and real with the devastation that many of us have to walk because we're chosen. And I am so over people using the word chosen, right? As if it's some privilege and that you're so favored by God and blah, blah, blah. Like, God, guys, that's not the case. Like, people that are proclaiming that, like, oh, I'm chosen, life is so spectacular, and that don't talk about the really ugly, bad side of being chosen, like being hunted and targeted by secret societies and government programs, and that everybody in your life will betray you and hurt you, and powers and principalities will come through any unsuspecting vessel to come at you and hurt you and destroy you. You guys, look at the Bible. There's plenty of stories of this in the Bible. Like, look at Job. Horrible life. Not a life you would envy whatsoever. The story of Joseph betrayed by his family. Not a story you would envy whatsoever. True anointed chosen ones here, that's the paths they walk. Like, it's not all, I'm part of the cool kid chosen crowd, which all these spiritual influencers, right, that claim to be chosen, that are part of this secret society, they will make it sound like only if you're chosen, like you're part of the cool kids club. They don't talk about the devastation this path truly is. And those, I'm sorry, are not chosen people. Spiritually awakened, they want that anointment, but they haven't done the journey. And the journey is one of complete hell and agony. You will have this world come at you in a way that most people can't even begin to fathom. And I'm not being victim here, I'm being real, guys. I'm being authentic, raw, and real. This journey is not for everybody. God had to pick the ones that are so spiritually strong, to have this fire in them that'll just roar through anything. No matter how painful or devastating it is, they have this supernatural resiliency and spiritual strength that just overtakes them, to where even if they want to give up, there's something divine leading them to where they can't. That is the true chosen path. For all these people that want to claim that, and they haven't paid their dues, and they think it's some fabulous materialistic lifestyle belonging to the cool kids club of the elite, rich, and famous, and the spiritual influencers that everybody knows, and their channel gets so many likes and stuff because they're part of that secret society. That's not what this is about. This is raw, real, authentic about. There are organizations out here that use actors to do that. And then they hunt down the real chosen ones here. And they really destroy their lives and energy harvest and destiny swap and do everything to stop the true, genuine light. They wear a mask as if they are light, but they're not. They are wearing a mask to the world, and they're misleading the public to worship false idols, status, fame, elite societies, false idols, money. That's what they're into. I could care less about any of that. And I'm not saying like I'm the only chosen one out there. Don't get me wrong. There's 100 There's beyond 144,000 of us. 144,000 is a DNA activation code. It's not a number of people here. There are many of us here, but there's also many snakes wearing a false mask pretending to be of the light. If your life has been easy, I mean, if you haven't faced the trials and tribulations that I'm coming forward with and talking about, I'm sorry. You're just going through a spiritual awakening, which in and of itself is hard, brutal. It's hard. None of us have it easy when we're being rebirthed into a new consciousness. If you think about birth in general, birth is messy, painful. That is the same with spiritual rebirth. It's messy, it's painful, it's excruciating. It's not an easy process. Same thing. But I want to make it very clear, the true chosen path, which is not a path that we choose. It's a path that has been ordained before we've even been born here. It is a pact made with the divine to something that we have prepared lifetimes and lifetimes for. Like, that spiritual strength and resiliency isn't just given. It is earned, guys. And it's taken God knows how many lifetimes and spiritual tests and initiations to get to that level that we were strong enough to come here in this hell realm, which is what Earth is. It's a lower vibrational realm, which we can call a hell realm. Be able to be vessels that are of light and love, coming from angelic realms, to come here knowing, being targeted, and the journey they would have ahead of them would be something that would be so absolutely painful and incredible that the normal person could not get through it. They couldn't. And that's not to make somebody feel better about themselves compared to the other. I do not idolize the chosen path. I respect it, but I don't idolize it. And if I had a choice, I would rather be a normal person, not having to know what it's like to walk this world completely alone, nobody by your side, betrayal everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, hunted by secret societies, government affiliated gangstalking, targeting people, sex trafficking, elite societies, all of that I've experienced. I would be okay with bypassing that and having a normal, average Joe life. The life I thought I would have prior to my spiritual awakening, beginning it back in 2010 to 2012, really escalating then. I would love. I don't have a choice there. This is something, like, I tried to walk away from my spiritual awakening. I numbed myself with drugs, with partying, everything I could to try to get away from this. But it was like God dragged me back into the midst of my spiritual awakening, no matter how hard I tried to walk away, because it was never something I had a choice in. It was preordained and part of my purpose here. And every time I tried to avoid it, the repercussions and the towers that would come in my life, horrific. I will admit, I was my own worst enemy for a very long time. Having said that, I don't think anybody can grasp what it's like to walk this path and have everybody in your life, and the entire world for that matter, persecute you and betray you and really try to harm you. There are powers and principalities, guys, that come through people, demonic forces that know exactly who you are since the moment you were born, and they want to do everything to eradicate that light and your mission here for the Most High. So, I guess this has turned into the free flow video where I was going to be more of my story, and this is how it's turning out. This is what Spirit wants to come out, so that's fine. The point is that this journey has been incredibly difficult. I literally wake up every day not knowing what's coming next. I'm just always waiting for the next shoe to drop. What's the next hand there? What's the next shoe to drop? My life is not my own. I don't have that freedom. I know I'm constantly watched, monitored, stalked, all of that. I have evidence. I have proof. I have proof of my sex trafficking. I have all of that. I have proof of elite, like doing RICO crimes, illegal crimes, trying to get me to work as an escort to con men in their businesses, their RICO businesses. Evidence, hardcore evidence. I've provided this to FBI, police, and all it did was make me get targeted more. What we are up against in this world, the majority of people cannot grasp. And every day, I acknowledge that this could be the day that the police show up at my house and I'm put in prison for something that I was set up in, or I am attacked by people that are getting paid to do so, or what's, this next full moon gonna be, because Eastern stars have loved playing with death magic and moon, like suicide spells, stuff like that. Every full moon. Can you imagine that? Every full moon, you have to deal with fighting for your life. You don't get a day off. You don't get a moon cycle off. Every month, this is what you're up against. And you know what it is. It's like a flip in your mind. A switch goes off in your mind. I've talked about it in other videos before. It's not me. It is something outside of me that's influencing me. And I see that now. And people that have experienced moon magic or psychic attacks or even frequency weapons know exactly what I'm speaking upon. And guys, for those that want to disqualify what I'm saying as all crazy talk and conspiracy theory and delusional, you guys can look up government programs like Operation Jedi, Operation Often, Operation MK Ultra. These are programs that have actually been put in place that are utilizing the supernatural and the mind. When are we going to get to a point in society that you guys are going to realize that us coming forward with this type of stuff isn't necessarily like we're crazy? It's because we have a God-given testimony of something that's truly going on here, but society is so determined to stick their head in the sand and not pay attention because their life is already difficult enough, having a 9-to-5, 40-hour work week job they hate, kids to take care of, a family, a house to run. They don't have time. This is a luxury to spiritual awaken, do the internal work and healing and stuff like that. All of their focus and energy goes elsewhere, and that's how the system is purposely designed. Make no mistake. I can't even tell you how much I get criticized, I get labeled for coming forward with my story. And a lot of people will even tell me, keep it strictly business. Don't let your emotions get involved. Don't come forward with the stuff that makes you look crazy. But it's really happening. And that's, I'm sorry, right there is exactly what these secret society government organizations are counting on, right? They're counting on us not to come forward, because if we come forward, we'll look a certain way. Or there's repercussions. The law, you name it. There's repercussions for being a whistleblower, and some would even cost their life. I'm lucky I haven't been one of them. God knows they've tried. They truly, truly have tried. So this is just for all the people out there that have had to walk a similar journey as me. And I just want you guys to know that you're not alone out there. We feel alone. I feel alone. Some days I feel agonizingly alone and like I don't have anybody in my corner. But I guess that's my burden to bear. For the ones that know what I mean, you know what I mean. The ones that don't, just be thankful that you haven't had to walk that path, that you haven't known it. But for the ones of us that are coming forward with our story and doing it to reach the others out there like us, right? Because it's not like we're the only chosen ones, or out there. There's a big collective of us. But we're being hunted and targeted and all that in chaos. Our life is driven to absolute ruin. So we never find each other. We never bring our light to the world. We never shine. The dark, you guys got to understand, the powers and principalities that run this world, they are extremely anti-humanity evolving, because how their matrix is running, they benefit off of our suffering. Financially, greed-wise, all of that. The elite have a very nice life off our backs and our suffering and us being small and stuck. So, be nice. Do not automatically throw out labels like you think you know somebody's story when you don't. And why they're coming out here, guys, is not for attention, or they like looking a certain way crazy to people that have not advanced their consciousness to the degree that that individual has. Leave the labels. Be nice to each other. Those people are coming forward because, one, they feel like their life has been absolutely ruined to nothing. Like they have a testimony. They have a God-given testimony. No matter how much they think they want to walk away and keep quiet and just pretend it never happened and live their life, the Matrix doesn't allow them to do that. And not only just the Matrix, God does not allow them to do that, because God says, hey, yes, this path is painful and ugly and all of that, but there's a reason you're walking it, and I need you to be the leader and the voice right now to those that haven't gotten past what you've gotten past. That's why people come forward. I could care less about followers and money and all of that. I really could. I'm one of the most down-to-earth people. I'd be happy living in the back of my car for the rest of my life, traveling the US. I really would. But people come forward not because they want to continue their life being demolished. They're coming forward because the testimony, and two, they don't know how to get it to stop. They don't know how to get it to stop. And so the only way we feel like it's going to stop is by bringing light to the darkness, right? Bringing awareness to what's happening here. And the dark doesn't have the power that it once did. So my point being, guys, please be kind, please be nice, do not judge others. When people come forward with their testimony, have an open mind and listen, because you never know. You never know. That may be you down the road, and you saw this video or you heard that person's testimony because somewhere down the line, it's going to benefit your own. I can't even tell you how many people I once upon a time looked at like they were absolutely batshit insane with their story. Turns out, years later, through my own journey, I'm one of them that's talking about this. I know how people look at our stories. I used to be one. In fact, when I talk about my story out loud and I hear it, I'm like, Jesus, that sounds crazy. But I understand that's my human programming. Everybody's human programming, right? We're all humans. We've all been programmed to automatically think stuff like this is crazy. That spiritual, supernatural, witchcraft, secret societies, conspiracy theories, all of that, it's just crazy. And I want you to take a step back and really think about that. Because the government running their Operation Often, MK Ultra, Operation Jedi, Operation Blue, something like there's so many out there where they have studied and utilized the supernatural. It's just the average human programming that has been so disillusioned that they can't see what's really going on here. But make no mistake, that government and secret societies and elites, they know exactly what's going on, and they're definitely pursuing it, and they want to keep you asleep, and they want to silence the ones like me that are coming forward with their story, and they're whistleblowers. So, family, what I'm getting at, let's leave the judgment at the door. And let's be real and authentic with our journey. And it's not all love and light, guys. That's spiritual bypassing. 1,000,000%. I am all for having a positive mindset, operating out of your heart space, love, all of that. All for it. But I also am aware and I acknowledge that the darkness of this journey is just as important as the light. That's what coming into alignment is, guys. It's that the owning of your darkness and your light and the ability to balance between the two. I had a conversation recently with somebody that they said they were a mirror to somebody they were talking to, their partner, and they felt like they were a mirror to the partner, and it was a twin flame relationship between them, and they had said some really horrible things to their partner, but they felt like it needed to be said. And my response to them was this, that even Archangel Michael, right? He's one of the highest vibrational archangels next to God up there. But even he can whip out that sword and fight demons just as dirty as the demons will go. Do you think he is not divine and anointed? You will have to learn how to utilize your darkness to fight darkness. Sometimes you gotta whip out that sword and release that dragon to get through and past other sword-wielding dragons. You do. It doesn't make you bad. It makes you advance, actually. Being able to pull out your darkness and have it save your life in times where you gotta use it, but preferring to operate out of the love and light. That is your natural state, love and light. But make no mistake, dark comes for you, you know how to fight dark. And the dark will not come for you like it once did. So, having said all that, guys, I gotta cut this one off because we've been going at it for nearly over 30 minutes now. And I just wanted to be real with you and give you my little piece on what needed to come out today. So, Spiritual Wanderess here, coming to you guys, wishing you nothing but love and happiness and wellness, and let you guys know that no matter what you're up against right now, that tomorrow is another day. And I promise, together we shall get through this, whatever we face. As a collective, fighting the good fight, we got this, family.